In a surprising yet visionary move, the Philippines has unveiled its boldest leap into future warfare, transport, and surveillance technology through its 2026 Airship Project. This initiative, kept under wraps for months, has now come to light as the Philippine government officially announced that its new hybrid airship is ready for deployment trials. It's not just a futuristic aircraft, it's a symbol of changing times, new strategic visions, and a nation determined to redefine its aerial capabilities. This video takes a deep dive into everything you need to know about this fascinating development. We'll uncover the technology behind it, its potential military and civilian uses, its manufacturing partners, and what this means for Southeast Asia's defense and innovation landscape. Let's begin with the project's origins. The idea of an airship might sound vintagey as something out of early 20th century war stories. But modern airships are radically different. Unlike the traditional zeppelins and blimps that dominated pre-war skies, today's airships are quiet, fuel-efficient, solar-integrated, AI-assisted platforms. And that's precisely the kind of leap the Philippines is betting on. The 2026 Airship Initiative was born out of necessity. The Philippines, an archipelago with over 7,000 islands, faces logistical nightmares during typhoon seasons, national emergencies, and military deployments. Boats are slow, aircraft are expensive to maintain, and the nation's air transport network is often congested or weather-dependent. The airship was seen as a way to bridge these gaps literally and figuratively. Under Project TARGAP, AGM-ANA, which in Filipino means heir or inheritor, the Department of National Defense collaborated with both local engineers and international aerospace firms to co-develop the airship technology. The result is a semi-rigid hybrid airship capable of long-endurance flight, high payload capacity, and vertical takeoff and landing of TULO without the need for a runway. Now, let's talk specs. The 2026 airship is 120 meters longer than a football field and can stay airborne for up to 5 days without refueling. It's powered by hybrid electric engines, combining solar panels across the envelope's top surface with hydrogen fuel cells. This gives it ultra-low emissions and nearly silent operation. It can carry up to 15 tons of cargo and up to 30 personnel or passengers. Equipped with modern avionics, the airship includes satellite communication uplinks, radar and lidar systems for terrain mapping, and advanced autopilot modules based on AI. In its military variant, it's armed with counter-drone defenses, infrared sensors for surveillance, and secure comms for battlefield coordination. Civilian versions, meanwhile, are designed for cargo transport and disaster relief operations. The airship's large payload bay can carry mobile hospitals, food supplies, and even small rescue vehicles. With the ability to land in open fields, water, or even hover while unloading, it's a versatile platform for a country that faces at least 20 typhoons a year. Now, who exactly built this? The project was led by a consortium between the Philippine Aerospace Development Corporation, PADC, local tech startups in Cebu and Davao, and international assistance from Japanese firm Iwatu Air Technologies and Canada's Airship Tech. These partners brought together composite material expertise, helium containment engineering, and clean propulsion systems that make the airship both lightweight and robust. Most of the materials used in the airship were manufactured in the Philippines itself, a move that helped reduce costs and boosted local industry. Carbon fiber frames were sourced from Batangas, helium processing systems were developed in Quezon City, and the cockpit avionics were installed in Subic Bay. The estimated cost per airship is around $75 million USD, but compared to the cost of maintaining multiple aircraft, helicopters, and supply convoys, it could prove extremely economical over time. Maintenance costs are low, and because the airship doesn't rely on jet fuel or runways, it opens up a whole new operational landscape. Let's now look at the strategic importance. For the Philippine military, the Airship Project is a game-changer in surveillance and logistics. With the growing tension in the West Philippine Sea and the increasing presence of foreign vessels in disputed waters, the airship gives the Philippines an eye in the sky, are quiet, persistent, and cost-effective. It can hover for hours or days, mapping out ship movements, monitoring coastlines, or relaying real-time intel to command centers. In joint exercises with the United States and Australia earlier this year, the airship demonstrated the ability to track multiple ships from 15,000 feet, maintaining stealth thanks to its quiet engines and low radar cross-section. Additionally, the airship is resilient. Its helium-based lift makes it immune to engine failure crashes, so it doesn't fall from the sky like a jet or drone might. And even if damaged, it can float or glide to safe areas. In emergency scenarios, it can serve as a communication hub, field hospital, or resupply node, especially critical in island provinces cut off during disasters. But it's not all military. The commercial potential is enormous. Several domestic companies, including logistics giants and telecommunications firms, have already expressed interest in the technology. Imagine delivering telecom gear, solar equipment, or water purifiers to remote mountain villages in Mindanao or Palawan without needing roads or helicopters. Or setting up emergency telecom towers after an earthquake, using the airship as a floating base. The Department of Science and Technology is exploring the use of airships for weather observation, environmental monitoring, and atmospheric research. Agricultural agencies are considering aerial crop surveillance and pest detection missions. And so there's even a tourism version in the works. Quiet, panoramic, and eco-friendly, the airship might one day offer slow aerial tours of places like Taal Volcano or the Chocolate Hills. The first operational flight is scheduled for late 2026, with 2 military variants and 1 commercial airship undergoing final integration tests as of this video. The government hopes to have 5 airships fully operational by mid-2027. Forming the first Skybridge Squadron, a logistics and recon unit unlike anything Southeast Asia has seen. What about challenges? Critics have raised concerns about weather vulnerability. Typhoons, turbulence, and wind shears can pose serious threats to airships. The engineers responded with a unique stabilization and prediction system. Using meteorological AI forecasting and adaptive thruster controls, the airship can avoid or ride out bad weather by changing altitude layers, much like marine animals diving deeper to avoid storms. Others raised the helium issue. Helium is expensive, and global supplies are limited. In response, the Philippines secured a multi-year helium procurement deal with suppliers in Qatar and the United States, and it's even exploring local helium sourcing from geothermal fields. Security is another concern. What if the airship is hacked or hijacked? To address this, the defense model has an onboard fail-safe system. If tampered with, it can autonomously return to base or initiate controlled descent. Anti-jamming technologies and encrypted satellite links are standard. But perhaps the most unexpected impact of the Airship Project is how it's inspiring the youth. Engineering schools across the country are now including lighter-than-air vehicle design modules. Students are submitting solar aerostat ideas to competitions. Local YouTubers are uploading simulation builds of Philippine airships in popular games. And online communities are buzzing with fan art and 3D models of future variants. It's a symbol of innovation, pride, and an optimistic turn in a world dominated by fast, loud, and costly aerial machines. In the bigger picture, the Philippine Airship Project aligns with global trends. The US has DARPA's lighter-than-air initiatives. China has been testing its Sky Whale concept for silent sky surveillance. Europe is investing in green air transport. The Philippines, once a quiet player in aerospace, now has a foot in this futuristic race. And what's more impressive? It's doing it with local talent, public-private synergy, and a focus not just on defense but on resilience. Imagine a future where a fleet of Philippine airships silently patrols the skies, not to wage war, but to save lives, connect communities, and bring relief where roads can't reach. Where disaster aid floats in from the horizon, where scientific missions drift over endangered reefs, and where peacekeeping forces deploy not with noisy but with grace. That's the vision of 2026. A future where lighter than air doesn't mean weaker. It means wiser, more efficient, more human. And now, the world watches as the Philippines turns this floating dream into reality. Stay tuned as we follow the maiden flights, the deployment missions, and the continued evolution of this remarkable project. Until then, keep your eyes on the skies, because the next big thing, a broken bar, floats.